Arsenal fan reviews channel, and I'm here today to bring you the latest Arsenal transfer updates. And again, as always, I'm going to be specifically going over some updates on the potential moves of Aouar and Partey to the Emirates Stadium, and also going to be talking about how Mustafi is very close to agreeing a deal with Lazio to move there before the end of the transfer window, as Arsenal go into that final week of the transfer window. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video, but let's get straight into it. So first up today, I'm going to be talking about Aouar. So we got two stories here today, two vastly different stories. So on one hand, Indie News, who is pretty much 99% of the time reliable, has actually come out and has said, been told new final Aouar bid submitted. Arsenal have warned Lyon to accept the bid or they will walk away. But then on the other hand, it's not just this guy called Guna Talk, but pretty much everyone else, apart from this Indie guy, has said that still no movement on Arsenal's third bid for Aouar as of around an hour ago. As mentioned a few days ago, the new bid will go in today or tomorrow and will be 40 million plus 10 million add-ons. It's possible that Lyon will accept, but they may try and get a little bit more. So, as I said, two vastly different stories. I'm going to go with this Guna Talk guy, as pretty much all the time people have been saying this, and yet it's only this Indie guy who's coming out with the story about it's already being submitted. But he hasn't actually said that himself, has he? He said he's been told. So I think most people are going for this story that we are going to be submitting it today or tomorrow. Let me know down below what you guys think. But I mean, 40 million plus 10 million add-ons. Yeah, Lyon president is very hard. He's been very public about this deal, hasn't he? Putting on his Twitter page, Arsenal are very far off the valuation. Of course, that 32 or 35 or so million bid that went in was rejected straight away. But I honestly think 40 million plus 10 million in add-ons should just be enough to get the deal over the line, and hopefully it is. But Aouar to Arsenal, that still should be happening. But yeah, two different stories here, but it looks like the main one is that we are still waiting for that third and final bid, but that should be coming in today or tomorrow. But yeah, if Arsenal can win against Liverpool today, that will be a massive factor in this, because it will make Aouar want to come to the Arsenal even more. But yeah, let's see if this deal does go through or not, but I'm pretty positive that it will, and a new bid should be coming in today or tomorrow. So Aubameyang has also put his mix in this deal publicly as well. He's come out the other day to Canal Plus and has said, of course, I am in favour of bringing Aouar. I will not hide it. He would add quality. Of course, he is Lyon, but he would add quality. Let's see what happens. So, it's clear that not just the board, but also the players do want him. And, honestly, everyone would. He's a brilliant player, would add a lot to Arsenal. But yeah, as I said, hopefully the deal goes through, and it looks like it will be. Aouar himself did actually come out after his 100th match, his 100th game, and potentially final game for Lyon last night, and also said, no comment basically on this potential this potential deal to Arsenal. He just, carried on talking about the match and didn't really have anything to say on this move, but hopefully it will happen. And let's move on to that Partey update I did promise you, and that is from Elliot Richardson. He said that Arsenal and Atletico are in discussions on Partey. Arsenal want to include Torreira as part of a deal with add-ons complexity. Deal depends on valuations being accepted. Whole market is the same across Europe and a giant poker game. So we know Atleti do want, of course, Torreira, and that Arsenal want Partey. So, yeah, it says here that we could do that, but it will add on complexity. I think that the deal probably won't get done. I think it will just be Aouar out of the two. But we look like we are still going on with those talks. But Atleti are really just like, pay us a release clause or we're going. So, fingers crossed Arsenal do that, or Kroenke does pay the release clause or something, because that will make him a lot more popular. But yeah, fingers crossed something can go through with that. But yeah, talks are still continuing with that as well. So we are trying to get those two. We are trying our hardest to get those two. But let's go on to that final story I was talking about, and that is that Mustafi could be on his way out. So we found out over the past couple of days that he's been in talks with Lazio, but now, according to The Sun and multiple other sources, that deal is edging closer and closer, as according to The Sun and, as I said, multiple other sources, Lazio are reportedly in deep negotiations with Squadron Mustafi over a deal to bring the Arsenal defender to Italy. 28-year-old is not in the plans of Mikel Arteta, who has preferred options Gabriel Magalhaes, David Luiz, Rob Holding and William Saliba to count on. And with Mustafi just having 1 year left to run on his deal at the Emirates, the North Londoners are keen to cash on him. Sun Sport reported last week how the World Cup winner was attracting interest from both Lazio and Roma, and it looks though Simeone Inzaghi's side have won the race to bring ex-Valencia star to Stadio Olimpico. According to Lazio Press, Mustafi's agent and the father have held talks with the Eagles, and it has been said that the final details of the move are all that is needed for the centre-back to be linked up with Lazio. So it looks like that deal probably will be going through. If it does, I'm really hoping that it's the first of many departures, because we don't just need departures to bring in those Aouars and Parteys, but we just need to get rid of players anyway. We've got quite a few non-homegrown talents, which is a problem with the Premier League, and we've got quite a few not great players either. So those Torreiras, those Mustafi, Socrates, Kolasinac, Guendouzi, Mesut Ozil, those are only a few people who I think do need to be chopped out from the squad. But hopefully this final week in the transfer window will be a crazy one for Arsenal this season especially. But it could all be starting with Squadron Mustafi getting out of Arsenal. So we're not sure of a price or anything. Obviously we paid about 35 million. Yes, 35 million for him, but he could be leaving, and fingers crossed this deal does go through and it is the first of many. As I said, we do need to get that squad and that bill list getting cut down, but that about wraps it up. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Of course, in an hour or two, we do have the Arsenal versus Liverpool match to look forward to. That should be very exciting. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.